Welcome to the second quarter 2020 MCUL Priority Report. In this issue, we'll give you the latest updates from the League and CUSG for the first quarter of the year. Obviously, this quarter's report will be much different than our usual reports. We're all under a stay-at-home order. We're learning to work remotely, and as you know so well, this COVID-19 pandemic has drastically changed our day-to-day lives, as well as how we work in credit unions and credit support organizations. But I'd like to start the report by saying how heartwarming and inspiring it has been for my staff and I to observe how credit unions have responded to the needs of their consumers and small business members in so many ways, with skip-a-pays, fee waivers, short-term emergency loans, and just a helping hand in general. We really are inspired by the way credit unions shine during the toughest of times. Now, speaking of small business owners, the association has put together some resources to assist credit unions in becoming SBA-approved lenders for the PPP program, or for supporting those credit unions who had already been approved to make the loans, including a summary of what credit unions need to know about the CARES Act PPP program and the FAQs needed to navigate through the ever-changing process. Additionally, on our CU Link website, we've assembled a credit union finder that makes it easier for small business owners to find SBA-approved credit unions in their area. More on CU Link and other important updates later in the report. But in non-COVID-19 news, we recently reviewed our fourth quarter data that came in from the NCUA call reports. And once again, there are some great data metrics that show the success of credit unions last year. Membership growth in particular continues to rise at a faster rate than the population. And as we announced, we now have 5.54 million members. And in 2019, more than 400 consumers joined a credit union every day in Michigan. So that's pretty amazing. Now I want to move on to an update from the association side, and then I'll talk a little bit about CUSG priorities. Starting with advocacy on the federal front, as you know, Congress and the President took several steps in response to the COVID-19 pandemic. In response, MCUL, Sister Leagues, and CUNA communicated our priorities and interests on behalf of credit unions to our congressional delegation, as did our sister leagues with theirs, and CUNA nationally, to get our voices heard and make sure that priorities important to credit unions were considered. Now, since early March, Congress has passed 3 emergency stimulus bills into law. The initial bill, Phase 1, provided $8.3 billion in emergency funding for the development, manufacturing, and procurement of vaccines and medical equipment, primarily. It also provided grants to the various levels of government to assist in the prevention of, preparation for, and response to the pandemic. The Phase 2 bill, among other things, provided funding to shore up nationwide nutrition assistance programs and increased assistance to states to bolster unemployment programs. Congress also carved out new employee FMLA and sick leave protections during the crisis that applied to employers with fewer than 500 employees. The Department of Labor has issued guidance regarding the FMLA provisions and sick leave rules that can be found on their website or on our MCUL COVID-19 information section of our site. Now, the Phase 3 legislation, known as the CARES Act, was signed into law on Friday, March 27th. There are several critical provisions of that legislation, but perhaps the most significant, and the one that we've been focused on, is the Paycheck Protection Program, an expanded SBA 7A loan program with $349 billion allocated to provide small businesses, independent contractors, and self-employed businesses with the financial resources necessary to cover critical business expenses. Key to the program, a loan can be forgiven if used primarily to cover payroll, but funds can also be used for interest on mortgages, rent, and utilities. Credit unions and other non-bank institutions that don't currently participate in that program are authorized to participate through a fairly cumbersome process, but it can be done. Now, more information on this program, the SBA and the credit union-related provisions in the CARES Act can be found on our League website, as I said. And as we speak, Congress is working on legislation, a Phase 4 stimulus bill that will expand funding for that program, which is very important. We'll keep you apprised as that bill continues to advance literally this week as we speak. Now, on the state legislative front, the governor and the state legislature are likewise obviously very focused on the COVID-19 pandemic and its effect on Michigan. Executive orders have been issued, as you know, by the governor weekly, it seems, to help provide guidance during these challenging times. Executive Order 2020-33, which was recently issued by the governor, sought to extend the state of emergency declaration an additional 70 days to the middle of June. The Republican-controlled legislature decided to take action to reduce the number of days from 70 to 23 by way of a Senate resolution. And the shelter-in-place order has been extended now through the end of April, as you know. Other impactful executive orders include 2020-36. This HR-focused executive order puts into place temporary restrictions on firing, disciplining, or retaliating against employees who are at a heightened risk of infecting others with COVID-19. Executive Order 2020-26 extends the state and local April tax filing deadlines to July in tandem with the IRS ruling. The other coronavirus-related executive orders can be viewed on our website in the COVID-19 Information Center, and we continue to watch those, obviously. Before COVID-19 stalled unrelated legislative activity in Michigan, we were able to get military account sheets signed by the governor, which was a positive development. Our team was also successful in getting funding for registers of deeds to come online with e-recording in the supplemental fiscal year budget. Prior to signing, the governor removed this funding along with any other funding that wasn't directly related to COVID-19. Our team is currently working to get the funding back into the fiscal year 2021 budget. Now, speaking of regulatory compliance issues, the League's regulatory affairs team has been working very closely with regulators, DIFS and NCUA, in their efforts to communicate coronavirus-related updates with the industry. DIF's Credit Union Director, Denise Schulteis, and our NCUA Regional Director, John Cutchie, recently teamed up on a conference call with our credit union leaders to provide perspectives and answer questions. Both agencies have issued a number of resources and FAQs, which likewise are linked to our MCUL COVID-19 information site. We're working very closely with League InfoSite and the compliance consulting team as well. The team recorded a webinar with Gloria Ledoux, the president of League InfoSite, along with the Northwest Credit Union Association and Michigan Credit Unions, to provide resources and best practices to the industry regarding regulations and regulatory compliance associated with COVID-19. We also participated in a free video series called Compliance Cares, together with Strategic Advisory Services. This is a series of short videos on various topics to assist credit unions navigating through the regulatory environment with the pandemic. Now, the League filed a comment letter also following NCUA's combination transaction and credit union asset acquisition proposal. This is the regulation associated with credit union bank acquisitions. And we thank them for their transparency. However, we also expressed our concern over the NCUA's proposed requirement for bank customers to have to vote on membership in the credit union when the merger is achieved. This is unnecessary and would provide an undue burden on credit unions, particularly federally chartered credit unions. It also runs counter to similar transactions on the banking side, so we raised our objections. Now let me switch gears to the CU Link and CU Difference efforts and consumer awareness. So as people across Michigan are seeking stability during these uncertain times, the CU Link traditional campaign has been paused. The Open Your Eyes campaign ads have been paused, and instead we pivoted to a new campaign narrated by fellow Michigander Mitch Albom. The ads are designed to calm and offer reassurance to our credit union members and the public at large about federally insured credit unions and how much they're doing to help people. With an investment of $600,000 in the second quarter, the ads highlight the safety and soundness that credit unions provide, and our messaging strategies are designed to reassure members that funds are safe and federally insured, that credit unions are offering support with emergency loans and loan deferrals and other activities, waiving fees, and just helping consumers and small businesses what they need on a one-off basis. This new series of ads directs viewers to a newly refreshed CULinkMichigan.com website where we have a section for consumers and small business owners so that we can message the SBA PPP program and which credit unions are approved to make those loans, as well as our traditional messaging on the consumer side. We're confident that consumers and small businesses will have a positive perception, an even more positive perception of credit unions during these tough times where credit unions are rising to the challenges of meeting consumers and small businesses. Additionally, the team has built out a series of integration assets from customizable videos to social media posts that are free for credit unions to download and use in their marketing efforts. We encourage you to visit the MCUL website, the CU Link section of our site, and download those free resources to integrate into your marketing strategies, especially during these times where messaging credit union support is so important. Now let me talk about the Michigan Credit Union Foundation. The economic impact of our current crisis is really mostly impacting or severely impacting lower income households and small businesses. The populations that credit unions excel at serving throughout the year. The Michigan Credit Union Foundation is poised to help credit unions continue to be of service to those most impacted by the crisis. This has included our current research efforts, evaluating opportunities for coordinated credit union responses to the pandemic, and so on. Additionally, the foundation can help boost credit unions' existing and future community support initiatives, from supporting small businesses, frontline workers and food banks, to longer-term financial health initiatives. The Michigan Credit Union Foundation Community Reinvestment Grants are available to supplement your crisis response activities to have a bigger impact. Of course, you can contact Beth Troost, who manages the foundation, to discuss these initiatives and other programs of the foundation. The MCUF also provides support for the Michigan Enhanced Financial Counseling Certification Program. Credit union employees will be able to put the skills and knowledge gained in this training to good use, guiding members through financial hardships that the current recession unfortunately brings. Now, the Michigan Credit Union Foundation is guided by an involved board of trustees who share the vision and mission of the foundation and help shape its activities. Self-nominations are currently being accepted for trustees of the foundation for its June election. The 6 elected foundation trustees serve 2-year terms, which are staggered, so that 3 board seats are up for election or re-election each year. This year, we have 2 completely open trustee seats to fill. If helping the foundation making a bigger impact in the credit union community is something that you're interested in, we would encourage you to self-nominate and participate in this process to seek to serve on the Michigan Credit Union Foundation Board of Trustees. You can visit the MCUF website, or you can find information on our league website, or you can contact a member of our team for more information. Now, moving on to education. When we talk about the added values of membership and the cooperative spirit of the credit union community, it would be hard to find better examples of this in action than the remote learning that has recently been delivered by the League to support our members during the pandemic. Our education team has just been fabulous, and they've been listening to our credit union community to know how we should be pivoting our education resources. We know Michigan Credit Unions turn to us first to help guide their decision-making and strategy processes, and we take that input seriously. So our team considers it a privilege to have already delivered nearly a dozen free and modestly priced remote sessions, which have provided opportunities to have critical questions answered by experts and industry leaders. And there are more to come in the following weeks. Now more than ever, we encourage you to make MCUL.org a first stop for daily updates and to find ongoing resources during the pandemic. Plus, there's still time to download recordings of recent sessions, register for upcoming webinars, and sign up for peer-to-peer listservs to connect with your colleagues. And don't hesitate to let us know what additional training would support your needs. Now, before we wrap up on the association side, let me take this opportunity to provide a quick update on our annual convention and exposition. Those who were registered already received an initial email to explain that the event is being moved to September 18th through the 20th at the Grand Traverse Resort and Spa in Traverse City. And yes, this was the date and location for the Fall Leadership Development Conference. Our team is working hard to bring together the critical components of the AC&E and the Leadership Development Conference that we know credit unions look forward to. And while I'm sure you have many questions for us, we reassure you that we'll have answers for you as soon as the information becomes available. But tentatively, we are planning on a September 18th through 20th annual convention and expo in Traverse City. And although it may be scaled down, we think we'll have all the precautions in place for social distancing. We think it'll be a great opportunity to network and reacquaint. Now, on the CUSG side, I want to give you a few updates here. So we're working to ensure our current clients understand how to take full advantage of our products and services that already enhance remote work and business practices. We're pivoting on the CUSG side as well. Cube TV Studios has produced a series of credit union-focused videos that reinforce credit unions' not-for-profit, people-first service mantra. They note the availability of emergency loans, loan restructuring, deferred payments, and all the things that credit unions are doing during these tough economic times, and also letting people know that credit unions are federally insured and safe and sound. As a goodwill effort to the industry, we've made these videos free to use by credit unions, not just in Michigan, but nationwide. And they can also be customized with a credit union's own brand for a nominal fee. You can get information on our website in the Cube TV section under a brand called vidfuel.com. Member experience. For current Member XP clients, a special COVID-19 feedback survey within the MemberView Analytics platform has been created. This special survey can be leveraged immediately in email and website communications to collect and capture insights on how credit unions are messaging. Employees and crisis management processes are meeting the needs of members. Our Love My Credit Union Rewards team is currently helping credit unions update their marketing assets and communications to account for the extended tax deadline. We've developed extended marketing plans for credit unions to increase member engagement and inform members on how the CARES Act impacts tax filing. In the area of technology, it's no surprise the focus for credit unions and service providers has been enabling, expanding, and improving remote work and service delivery capabilities for members. So our content management system clients now have access to all modules in our library at no extra cost, and Bold Chat customers can add additional seats at no charge in order to help serve more members remotely. For those looking to add communication and service delivery capabilities, you can enhance and expand communication via PureChat, our website chat feature. This solution can be implemented in one day and provides 10 licenses and the ability to have a group chat with 2 staff members at the same time. Additionally, new partner SilverCloud provides credit unions access to automated remote technologies such as automated member support, turnkey chatbots, and enhanced employee support. Now, more than ever, HR teams are faced with the challenge of keeping employees on the same page. So our Planning Pro software supports collaboration within a virtual team and is available for a quick implementation and free trial period. The software allows teams to collaborate on daily tasks that are tied to goals and strategic objectives, and reports can be quickly generated to bring management, executives, and the board up to speed on strategic and operational plan progress. So Planning Pro linked with Performance Pro with some unique features. These are things that you should take a look at from CUSG. Finally, crisis-related educational content from our Performance Solutions and Strategic Advisory Solutions teams have been made available to credit unions at no cost. Currently, more than a dozen courses cover a range of topics, including establishing effective virtual teams, becoming a successful collaborator, managing during crisis, assessing and responding to risk, governance and financial impact, lending in hard times, and top questions credit unions are asking, among several other topics. This is just a portion of the resources that CUSG has made available to credit unions and CUSOs. These and many more are available immediately through a special COVID-19 resource portal front and center on CUSG's homepage. Now, that's it for this month's report. In the coming months, MCWell will continue to bring you updates and resources surrounding the COVID-19 crisis. In the meantime, on behalf of my team, I urge you to stay well and to focus on your families and your health as you focus on helping your members do the same, as well as helping your members, consumers and small businesses, with the essential financial services needs they need during very tough economic times. We're proud to be your partner. We hope this information has been useful to you, and we look forward to staying connected with you, hearing from you, so that we can make sure that as an association and as a business through CUSG, we're helping credit unions prosper and be relevant and successful during these very, very tough economic times. Stay safe.